Hi, this is Christoph from CBR Technology. We're a California-based Dynamics 365 Business Central Tier 1 service provider. We assist clients with the implementation and maintenance of the Dynamics 365 Business Central product, and I wanted to do a user interface walkthrough today to show you some of the new developments that were just released by Microsoft a few days ago, and show you the functionality interface with the upgrade to the user interface, specifically as it relates to Business Central product. So the underlying functionality is identical to the Microsoft Dynamics NAV product offering, which is currently only available on premise, so you can purchase a license. But now Microsoft is offering the Dynamics 365 Business Central product, which is NAV, running on the Microsoft data center directly, and it is hosted by Microsoft and maintained by Microsoft from an IT perspective. You interface with it strictly via a web browser. So a few things I'd like to show you here is this is a Kronos USA sample company that all Microsoft Dynamics NAV products came with in the past. And it's kind of showing you some of the functionalities that you can do on your home page, specifically these tiles that go to specific transactions and or highlight specific issues in your accounting system. With regards to the functionality of the product, of course, it has general ledger, accounts receivable, accounts payable, banking, fixed assets, inventory management, order processing, purchase order processing, warehouse management, a manufacturing module, and a CRM product built into one solution. And you access it throughout the entire system in the same way, in the same method, the same interface that you see here. A couple other things you can see here are tiles such as graphical interfaces that actually have live interactions where you can drill down on details or specific, for example, top 5 customers by sales value, and you can click on the actual portion of the tile and then it opens up the appropriate detail on the underlying data set that you see below there. Depending on how often you've done that, the performance can differ here, but it pulls up the customer and it shows you further details in here. This kind of highlights the customer card. You can see here they've done quite a nice job of the user interface improvements on the web, specifically as you now have a edit button that's always visible here up on top. You have always have a plus button to create a new customer record, or you can delete a record, and these are 3 generic functions that always appear on these web pages now. Of course, the deletion is dependent on the ability to do that from a business perspective, so you cannot delete a customer that already has posted transactions and things of that nature. The menuing structure also has changed. Before, Microsoft used a concept called a ribbon. In Business Central now they use these types of basic menu structures that you can see here, more akin to a web site than it is to the old style ribbon that we saw in the past. The other nice thing about here is that you have the ability to drill down on many things that are relevant to them. And you can hide and show details on particular transactions. The other thing that you might notice if you compare to some of the previous product offerings is that these Boolean checkboxes that are yes, no became these sliders. So that's quite nice to work with just from a visual appearance perspective. Again, tiles down here on the right hand side. So this area still has this, you have to visualize this as a split screen. And on the right hand side, these are fact boxes about this customer. So this is my customer on the left, and on the right, when I scroll up and down, you can see things like pictures, document attachments. So if I have signed contracts or things of that nature that I want to track for this customer, I can put them here. I can see customer sales history information. Anything from quotes to orders to returns to invoices, credit memos, any business transaction you might want to see is visible here. And then you have a customer statistic box that shows you, things like balance and credit limits and other such information. Now, coming back to our user interface conversation that I wanted to commence with you with was this kind of customer listing mode. So, for example, when I look at the customer list, it can appear like this, which is a tile view with images. If I have images or logos for my companies loaded on here, if I hit the drop down on that little checkbox on the right hand side here, you can see I have 3 choices. This is more the traditional Microsoft Excel / data view that you may be more used to. A couple other nice things in this area here, you have a personalization option. So this is all something you can do yourself. Any list in Business Central, you can click on this button and you can see this is obviously the tool icon there on the top right hand side. You can personalize the page. So the personalization of the page gives you the ability to add, remove, and do fields that you can add to the system. And for example, when you personalize a field here, you can click field, and let's say I want to see another payment term, or whether or not the customer is blocked or not, or whether or not I have general posting groups, any of these fields that you like to see, and you can simply drag and drop them onto your page. So for example, I want to see the salesperson on my customer list, so I can just simply drag it over here and insert it with, as you can see on the back end, it shows me a red insert icon or line that then tells me where exactly this page is going to, this field is going to be. So in this case, I inserted the salesperson code, and I want to see that. And I can also go and remove fields that I don't want to see as well. So both of these options are available. And when you're done with this, you simply hit the done button here. And now it records the fact that you, as a specific user that's logged into the system, would prefer seeing the customer list with a salesperson code assigned to it. Or next to it, I should say. Of course, the whole thing then also can be pushed out to Excel quite easily. So if you hit the Edit in Excel button here, it takes all of this information out to a browser, to Excel, and opens up Excel for you and lets you edit it in there. What's interesting to note about there also is that it actually allows you the reverse process as well. So you can actually update information in Excel and bring it back into Excel. From Excel into Business Central, which before it was a unidirectional interface. You could export anything to Excel, but you couldn't necessarily easily bring it back from Excel to Business Central, or NAV as it used to be called. So now in here with the more options, I can do additional action items. For example, I can do a cash receipt or a sales journal here. Or I can also create new documents on the fly, like a new sales order or other transactions of this nature. So this is quite powerful and quite capable of showing you many things in the system, and the user interface, just very clean and very polished, and has met with great approval by our existing client base as of today. Yes, so that's what I wanted to show you today. I appreciate your time. This is CBR Technology, 855-227-0700. Please call and try connect with our Business Central team, and we'll be happy to set you up with a trial account so that you can get started using the system on your own. Take care.